Good morning, firsties. Happy Tuesday, April 21st. Let's hop right in and get started on our tasks. You have 5 for language arts and 1 for math today, all right? So here's your first task, handwriting. I told you we were going back to some ideas that we brought up at the beginning of the year, but that should be with us all the time: truth, goodness, and beauty. Today we're going to look at truth. You write your name and then these sentences. It says, truth is that which really is. Some truths can be sensed, while others are written on our hearts, okay? So sensed means I use my senses. I can see that the sky is blue. I can hear that the laundry is being done, okay? I can taste that cake is sweet. These are all things I can sense. They are truths that I can sense with my body. But then some are written on our hearts, right? Like we know we were made for another place. We know we were not made just for this earth. That's a truth written on our hearts, and that's why the ancients believed in an afterlife, because they knew that without anyone having to tell them, okay? So there's your 2 sentences about truth today. Beautiful handwriting, please. Your second task, those A spelling words. Here they are: way, pay, day, may, stay, clay, gray, pray, right? They all end with AY. AY says A almost always at the end of the sentence. Couple things to remember. These 4 only have 1 letter at the start. These all have 2. Make sure you don't miss that R or that L or that T after you hear the beginning sound, okay? Remember also that this is a helping verb. It means, may I do what you ask, Mom? If it's the month of May, it means a capital letter, okay? That's your second job. Practice those 3 times, maybe with Mom, maybe to your baby brother. Your baby brother doesn't know, but you can still practice with him, okay? 3 times on that. Your next task is sorting out A sounds. So you should have one page that looks like this. You will see your name goes at the top. Here is where my long A sound goes. Remember, long A mad, okay? It can be AI, AY, or A with an E on the end. This is my short A sound, like pan, okay? Here's what you will do. You will have these 16 words. You may cut them apart if you wish. You will need to cut them apart tomorrow for a different activity. So if you want to leave them today on the paper, that is fine, okay? But you have to be paying attention. I want you to do them out of order, so you gotta watch which ones you're doing, okay? Here's what you're gonna do. Just put the paper down, point your finger. I pointed to cat. Now I have to think about which side does cat go on. Is it a long A word or a short A word? Long, no, short. At. So I'm going to neatly write cat over here. Okay, then I'm gonna go again, point to one of my words. Pray, spelling word, pray. Is that a or a? Pray, that should go over here, okay? You wanna do that till you have all 16 words on the correct side where they belong, okay? Then save this paper for tomorrow. You will need it for another game. Does that make sense to everyone? So you have to write all of them on this page. Make sure the long A ones get over here and the short A ones gets over here. I'm gonna show you one that's tricky. There are 2 that are tricky, but this one especially. Plant, listen, ant. It doesn't say plaint. It's not the long A sound, it's plant, okay? Short A. All right, that is your 3rd job. Your 4th job is in your black book, and we are learning a little bit more about Greece in the next couple of weeks before we wrap up the year, and we are going to talk about what we call the golden age of Greece, okay? This would be the time in Greece's history when all the most wonderful things happened, okay? And one of those things is democracy, that type of government that Athens had and several other city-states, where it wasn't just one person, a monarchy, who got to choose. It wasn't just one person, a tyrant, who got to choose. It wasn't just a few guys, an oligarchy, okay? It was a democracy. The Greeks invented democracy, and it allowed more voices to count. So we're going to write the Greek system of democracy allowed more voices to count, okay? Rather long sentence, but I know you can do it. I know it. The Greek system of democracy, so nice tall T, the Greek system of democracy allowed more voices to count. Okay, there is your sentence. The Greek system of democracy allowed more voices to count. Okay, and then we're going to draw some little Greek guys giving their votes. So they would talk about, oh, we should do this in our city-state, and some would say yes, and some would say no, and they'd look. And if more people said yes, then they'd do it, and if more people said no, then they wouldn't. Okay, so let's get some Greek dudes in here. Get their togas, get their little sandaled feet in there. Okay. You can make their togas fancier if you've been looking at pictures of them. Okay, I'm just gonna draw 3 guys. Oop, give that guy a big head. Okay, so there are my 3 Greek men. Now we're going to give them arms. I'm gonna have this guy have one arm out like this. It's like a bubble L. Another at his side. Bubble L. Okay. So you see I just did normal ones hanging down at the sides, and you can erase in there if you want. So their clothes look a little better. The old armpit erase, okay? Erase above the armpit. And then you can have this erased as well. Okay, but I made it like a bubble L so I could show them holding up their votes. Okay, now they would normally just say yes or no, but I'm gonna have them holding up little paddles that say yes and no. So yes, yes, and we'll have one guy say no. So if this was the vote, then the answer would be yes, because more people said yes than no. But if there were more people that said no, it wouldn't happen. So for this pretend vote, whatever it may be, the answer is yes. And then we'll go back and give these little Greek guys their faces. Okay, ears, eyes, some hair, some beards. Okay, so we've got, oh, happy guys, and our sad friend, because he says no, but he's not going to win the vote. And that's the thing, sometimes you don't win the vote, and that's just okay. You weren't on the team that had more votes. All right, there you have it. They're my Greek guys. Make sure you color them in nicely. You could put some Greek architecture in the back. They're buildings with columns if you want to add more details. And then make sure you have your sentence. The Greek system of democracy allowed more votes to count. And that is a system that we've adopted in the United States. Okay, your 5th job is reading. And then your last job is money. We're gonna do money, money, money today. So on a piece of paper, you're going to design your own ladybug game today. So it does not have to be a ladybug. It can be anything you wish that can be divided in halves. Anything, okay? I'm going to do a quick butterfly. You can do whatever you wish. It need not be the same as mine. Okay. So here is my butterfly. You can color it in beautifully. And then this way I can have player 1 and player 2. Okay? Now, hopefully some of you have real coins to play with. Remember, that's best. If you don't, you can make them. Maybe you've saved your coins from the past. If you have, good job. I didn't do that, so I had to make them again. But this time, I'm going to save them so I don't have to. Now, I have 10 of each kind. I have 10 pennies. You'll notice I colored them brown. I have 10 nickels, dimes, and quarters. Okay? So you're going to need a dice and take turns with your buddy. Okay? I always start with the biggest first. So if my butterfly were all colored, I would put my dots here, my coins, my buddy would put theirs there. Okay? So we're gonna go like this. I rolled a 5. So I get to take 5 quarters. Okay? And then my friend would take theirs and take quarters. Then I'd roll again and I'd take dimes. Ooh, I got 6. I'm going to have a large amount. 6. And then I roll again after my friend goes. or my mom or my brother, or I could play against myself. I could roll for both sides and see which one wins. I got 2 nickels and 6 pennies. Whoa, I had some big rolls. My butterfly is covered with dots because I have so many. All right, I will draw them on the board so you can see exactly what I have, and then we will count it together. Okay, and you should play this at least, I'd say, 5 times. More if you're ready for more practice. If you're playing by yourself and you're counting both sides, 5 is enough, okay? The more you do it, the better you'll get, though. All right, so here's what I have. I have 5 quarters and, what did I say, 6 dimes. Good night. 25. I'm just going to put them in rows so you can see them easier, okay? Then I'll show you how to count them. 5, 6, and 2 nickels, and 6 pennies. Okay, there are my coins. This is what's on my side of the butterfly. Okay, so remember quarters is 25, 50, 75, $1. If you get to $1, it's a good idea to move that to the side. That's $1, then you can start over again. So that's $1. Now I'm going to start over. Now there's 2 ways to do quarters and counting on. So if you can remember counting by tens, you go 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 90, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, $1. There's another $1 and 1 penny left over. So I have on my side of the butterfly $2 and the little dot or decimal means and 1 cent. $2.01 because I have no tens left over. Okay, so that is that way to count. You can also do this. If I'm here 25, I can throw in a nickel to get to an even number. So 25, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. 100's $1. So that's my second dollar right there. Now, it is a great idea to be moving these things. You guys don't need to draw them today. Just move them as you count them so you know which ones you've counted. Okay, I would say at least 5 times. And remember, you can make yours whatever you want. It could be a Greek god or goddess, or it could be something you see at your house, or it could be a castle. I don't care. You draw something and then you can divide it into 2 parts so that 2 people can play. All right? Quick recap. Handwriting about truth. Spelling word practice 3 times. Your long A, short A sort. Your black book about democracy. Reading, and then your money game. All right, that's it for Tuesday. I love you. God bless you. See you tomorrow.